The studio lights hummed softly as morning settled into its familiar rhythm, and yet something about that day felt different, lighter, almost cinematic. Kat Deeley stepped out from behind the dressing room door, and for a moment, even the bustling crew seemed to pause. It wasn't just the outfit. It was the ease of it. The quiet confidence of someone who had discovered not just what worked, but why it worked. Spring had always been a season of reinvention, but this year, Kat seemed to embody it entirely. Only a day earlier, she had floated across the set in a silky tee paired with wide-leg trousers, an outfit that whispered understated luxury. But today, she had rewritten the script. The palette remained her signature: soft creams, earthy khakis, and muted moss greens, but the silhouette had shifted, evolving into something that felt both elevated and refreshingly relaxed. Her dress, a moss green satin creation, caught the light like liquid. It draped effortlessly, skimming her figure without clinging, the asymmetric cut adding a modern edge to its otherwise timeless elegance. It was the kind of piece that could turn heads at a wedding, a garden party, or any occasion that called for a little extra polish. But Kat had no intention of letting it stay in that box. Because what made her style so compelling wasn't just the clothes, it was the way she transformed them. Slung casually over her shoulders was a soft ivory bomber jacket. It wasn't fussy or overly structured. Instead, it brought a relaxed, almost playful energy to the look. The contrast between the fluid satin dress and the laid-back jacket was subtle but powerful, a quiet rebellion against the idea that occasion wear must remain formal. She moved with ease, the dress flowing with every step, grounded by a pair of well-loved suede boots. They weren't pristine or overly styled. They carried stories, memories of past outfits and busy days. And that was precisely the point. This wasn't about perfection. It was about possibility. "Morning, Kat," one of the stylists called out, eyeing the ensemble with a knowing smile. "Another masterclass, I see." Kat laughed softly, brushing a strand of hair behind her ear. "It's just about mixing things up, isn't it? Taking something a bit special, and making it work for real life." Real life. That was the magic ingredient. For years, fashion had drawn invisible lines, this for day, that for night, this for casual, that for formal. But Kat seemed to blur those boundaries effortlessly, showing that the same dress could live multiple lives depending on how it was styled. And today, she was proving it again. As she made her way onto the set, the producers exchanged glances. The look was camera-ready, yes, but more importantly, it felt relatable. Achievable. The kind of outfit someone might see and think, "I could actually wear that." The cameras rolled, and Kat took her place, her presence instantly filling the space with warmth. She wasn't just presenting a show, she was telling a story, one outfit at a time. "Spring is all about versatility," she said during a segment, gesturing lightly to her ensemble. "You don't have to save your favorite pieces for special occasions. With the right layers, you can wear them anywhere." It sounded simple, almost obvious. But simplicity, when done right, is rarely accidental. Behind the scenes, racks of clothing stood neatly arranged: blazers, denim jackets, tailored coats. Each piece had its role, its moment. Yet the bomber jacket she wore felt like the hero of the story. It softened the look, grounded it, made the satin feel less like an event and more like an everyday luxury. And that was the shift. The idea that elegance didn't have to be reserved. That a dress could flow through different moments of life, dressed up with heels and delicate jewelry, or dressed down with boots and a jacket thrown on at the last minute. As the show continued, Kat's energy remained steady, her movements fluid. The dress followed her like a second skin, catching the light with every turn, while the jacket added just enough structure to keep the look anchored. During a break, she leaned against a table, sipping tea, her reflection catching briefly in a nearby mirror. There was something quietly satisfying about the way everything came together. Not overly styled, not overthought, just right. One of the younger assistants approached hesitantly. "I love your outfit today," she said. "I've got a dress like that, but I've only ever worn it to weddings. I never thought to pair it with boots." Kat smiled, her eyes lighting up. "You should try it," she said. "Honestly, it changes everything." It makes it feel yours. That word lingered. Yours. Because fashion, at its best, isn't about trends or labels, it's about ownership. About taking something and making it fit into your life, rather than the other way around. The assistant nodded, inspired, already imagining new possibilities for her wardrobe. And just like that, the ripple effect began. That was the quiet power of Kat's style. It didn't demand attention, it invited it. It encouraged experimentation, confidence, and a willingness to rethink the rules. As the day unfolded, the outfit continued to prove its versatility. In one segment, it looked polished and put together. In another, relaxed and effortless. The same pieces, shifting and adapting with ease. By the time the show wrapped, the studio buzz had softened into a gentle hum of satisfaction. Another successful broadcast. Another moment captured. But beyond the cameras, beyond the lights, something else had happened. A reminder that fashion